All right. Good evening, everybody. I'm Basso. This is Adrian. Today, we're going to address tendinitis in the elbow or golfer's elbow, tennis elbow. And you can get that from being at work in the office too. So I've heard a lot of people end up getting tendinitis in the elbow, but not only as office work, if you're a waitress or in the entertainment business, you're having a lot of weight pushing down on your arm and it puts a lot of pressure on your elbows. You can do that from lifting weights. So if you're lifting weights and you have a tendency of using like the preacher's bench to do curls, we'll pretend that's a preacher bench. So if she's curling, all that weight centers on the elbow and it puts a lot of pressure on the elbow. So the more weight you do, eventually you're going to get to a point where that's going to cause a lot of pain. So even doing tricep extension on the machines, pushing down, all that weight is pivoting on the elbow. So it doesn't have to be from just sitting in the office, doesn't have to be just golfing, tennis, pickleball. It doesn't have to be from any of that. It can be from lifting weights. It can be a combination of different things. So definitely we're going to address the issue today. So on the elbow tendinitis, if you have pain like up in this area here near the top part, you need to strengthen this part of your wrist and forearms. If the pain is near your elbow, near the bottom of it, you need to strengthen the upper part of it. So we're going to give you two different to address the two. So the first one, if you're having pain on the bottom, we're going to do external rotation. So if the pain's at the top, we need to strengthen the bottom. We'll do internal rotation. So we're going to do 10 on each side, external and internal rotation. So we're going to do 90 degrees. So I'm going to explain it while she's doing it. The key is to keep it strong, arm straight. Now, this does help strengthen your grip strength, your wrist strength, your forearms, and helps alleviate the pressure in your elbows. But it also gives you a good stretch in your forearms. Now, if you're not able to hold your arm straight, you can hold your arms like this while you're doing the exercises. People don't realize that your finger strength and wrist strength has a lot to do with your shoulder health. So the stronger your wrist and your finger grip and wrist and forearms, it helps to alleviate your elbows and shoulders. So you use it every day, whether you pick up groceries, carrying kids, you put a lot of pressure. So the stronger this is, the less likely you have issues with your elbows and your shoulders. So for people that don't do finger strengthening and wrist strengthening, it's very important. So definitely look into it. To no further ado, we're going to actually get into the video. If you have any questions, leave us a comment, but make sure you get a clearance to your doctor before you do these. All right. So she's going to do the external rotation. So starting in down position, and she want to control it. She's going to do 10 reps, slow and control. And as she goes down, she don't want it to drop. She want to control it. That's one. Now this is real wood stick. You can use a tree log, or you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get a stick, but this is real oak. So this is a little bit heavier. The stick probably weighs about 5 pounds. So you can get something that's similar to the weight and get about the same length, and that'll actually help you strengthen your forearms, your wrists, your finger strength, and actually help alleviate that tendinitis. So she's going to do 10. Now, if you're doing this at home, you can do 2 or 3 sets of 10 reps and then call it done. So how many is that? 9, one more. As you saw, she moved her hands up. So the closer the hand is to the bottom, the more difficult it is. The further up, the easier it is. All right, now you're going to do the internal rotation. So she did the external. So now try to keep your arm straight. 1, good. Ooh, she's stronger on that side. Bring it up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we did a earlier video with soft tissue massage. So I would recommend doing the soft tissue massage for your forearms. So just look on the video for soft tissue massage with the lacrosse ball. So before you get into this exercise, I would recommend you doing some soft tissue massage for your forearms. So that way you can get acclimated into doing this. 10. Good job. So you definitely want to do both sides. Again, you want to do the internal and external rotation. And like I said, the stick weighs about 5 pounds. You can get a stick outside, or you can get a piece. This is an old piece of furniture that turned into an exercise. Now, as you get stronger, you can move into what they call a mace stick, MACE, and they come increments of 5, 7, 10, 12, and it goes on there. So I would start with something light first. If that's too much, you can get a hammer and do the same thing with a hammer. Hold the end of the hammer. But if you have questions and you can't do something, leave us a comment and we'll tell you what to use from at home. You don't have to necessarily spend money, but we'll tell you what you can use just around your household that you can use to do the exercise. All right. Thank you, Adrian. Thank y'all for tuning in. Have any questions, just leave us a comment. Y'all have a good night.